Alright, so today I will be talking about my picks for UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus Ritter. And yeah, I just gotta say, this card is pretty damn insane. Anyways, first fight on the card. First, we have Davy Grant versus Damon Blackshear. I'm gonna go with my Pookie Bear, Damon Blackshear. Even though Davy Grant is a crafty vet, and I've picked against Davy Grant before, and Davy Grant, every single time I try to doubt this man, he always proves me wrong. I just think Damon Blackshear will outpoint him in a decision. But yeah, I know Damon Blackshear didn't really look too good in his last fight either. Like, he went against, I think, that Alatengheli guy or whatever the fuck his name is. He didn't really look too crazy good. He looked kind of sloppy in some parts. But I still think Damon Blackshear is good enough to just slightly outpoint an older Davy Grant. Even though Davy Grant is very crafty and he can beat people who are significantly younger than him, he is very good. But I can't pick against my Pookie Boo Bear. The Damon Blackshear title run starts now. I'm gonna go with Damon Blackshear decision by slightly outpointing Davy Grant. Next, we have Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nguyen. I'm gonna go with Stephen Nguyen because Muhammad Yahya is absolute trash. Next, we have Martin Budai versus Marcus Buchecha. I do know who Marcus Buchecha is. This guy is a nasty grappler, man. People forget, man. Martin Budai was on a win streak before Shmuel Gaziev cooked him. I didn't even notice that Martin Budai was on like a 4-fight winning streak before fighting Shmuel Gaziev. And even now, I think he is still on a winning streak. So Martin Budai isn't bad. He is quite decent. I just think Marcus Buchecha's grappling is just on a completely different level. And at heavyweight, that matters. I feel like Marcus Buchecha is going to be like a Jalton Almeida, and he's just going to fucking tear through everybody just with his grappling. So yeah, I'm going to go Marcus Buchecha. Probably submission. I think he's going to cook Martin Budai. But Martin Budai is pretty decent. Next, we have Ibo Islam versus Billy Alakana. I'm going to sadly go with Ibo Islam just by fluking a KO. And then if he doesn't get the KO in like the first 3 minutes, he's cooked. But yeah, I'm just going to go Ibo Islam KO. Who the fuck cares, bro? This fight's shit. Well, the site was glitching, so now I'm just going to have to go to the UFC Google site thing, whatever the hell this shit is. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carlos Leal. I just think, Jesus Christ, I completely forgot. Muslim Salikov is fucking 41. My guy is geriatric as fuck. Next, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. Now this is a very, very hard fight to pick in my opinion. I think this is a very close 50-50 fight. But I think I'm going to slightly go with Bryce Mitchell because to me, it feels like any time that Saeed fights anybody remotely decent, he loses. If it's Raoni Barcelos, if it's Jonathan Martinez, if it's Vincius Oliveira, he always seems to lose or gas out. And, or just do, usually it's both. But, with Bryce Mitchell, I know it's kind of the same thing with him too, which is why this is kind of a 50-50 fight. But with Bryce Mitchell, I mean, look at the guys he's getting knocked out by, alright? Getting sent into convulsions by Josh Emmett, that's not too bad. Getting beaten up and mocked by Gene Silva, that's not bad either. Gene Silva is literally fighting Diego Lopez in a title eliminator bout. And then his other loss to Ilya fucking Taporia, who is a double weight class champion. So like, look at the guys that Bryce Mitchell is losing to compared to the guys that Saeed is losing to. And Bryce Mitchell is still keeping it. People forget, man. Bryce Mitchell had a good first round against Ilya Taporia. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell. Probably bullying Saeed Nurmagomedov a little bit, and winning a decision. Next, we have Nikita Krylov versus the real bald man, shiny-headed Anthony Smith himself. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bogdan Guskov. I picked Reyes against Krylov, and I was able to get that pick right. Again, I'm gonna pick against Krylov because it seems like that's just the way to go for me to get a free pick right. Also, I just think the way Nikita looked against Reyes, he just looked so bad on the feet. He looked so open on the feet. And he just looked very amateur on the feet, too. Like, it was looking very weird. I don't know if it was ring rust. I don't really know what it was. But I think if Nikita Krylov does the same thing against Bogdan Guskov, he's gonna get fucking murdered. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bogdan Guskov, either first round KO TKO, or if Nikita Krylov is more smart, maybe it goes to a decision. But just Bogdan maybe lands a little bit more damage. Next, we have Sharapoutin Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm gonna go with Sharapoutin. I just think he's gonna sadly piece up Marc-Andre just for my range and just win a decision. Now listen, if Marc-Andre can get like a clinch on Mr. Bullet, this fight gets way more interesting if Marc-Andre is able to get a clinch, but I don't think Bullet's gonna let him do that. He's probably just gonna pick him apart with side kicks, with obliques to the thigh, with side kick obliques. Just the normal tit for tat kickboxer arsenal. That's probably what he's gonna do, and he's gonna try to cruise to a decision. Now, Marc-Andre could always win, because he's a marauder. He's a marauder. But yeah, nah, I'm gonna stick with Sharapoutin. He's just the more reliable pick in my opinion. Next, we have Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. It's actually insane looking at the difference in their ages. Well, Marcus McGee's 35 and has barely even been ranked, while Peter Yan is 32 and has literally been bantamweight champion before. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Peter Yan. I'm going to go with him by dominant 3-0 unanimous decision because Marcus McGee, to be fair, looked very, very good against Jonathan Martinez. Like, he looked phenomenal in the first 2 rounds, and then in the third rounds, he obviously got his leg chewed up after a while, and he decided to kind of be on survival mode. But he still looked phenomenal in the first 2 rounds. But here's the thing. There was openings there on the feet. It's not like Jonathan Martinez has the best boxing in the world, like Peter Yan, who has very good boxing. And Marcus McGee in general just didn't really show me that, oh yeah, that's the guy right there. That's the guy that's going to beat Peter Yan. Yup, that guy. That guy beats Peter Yan, beats Sean O'Malley, beats all them lot. No, I don't think he does, unfortunately. Jesus Christ, man, this guy's fucking 35. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with Peter Yan, dominant decision. Oh wait, Masvidal Evloev, Aaron Pico. I think this fight actually got canceled, so we're not gonna talk about that. Masvidal Evloev pulled out of that fight. Fucking pedo. And finally, in the main event, we have Robert Whittaker versus Rainer de Ritter. I kind of want to pick Rainer de Ritter here. This is a tough fight. This is probably the toughest fight to pick on the card. Rainer de Ritter, very pressure heavy. Kinda is just a marauder, just moving forward, knees to the body, just likes to try and break you, or just likes to shoot for takedowns. And for the guys that have kind of given Robert Whittaker struggles as of recently, it's been guys who do wrestle him. Like, I mean, look at Hamza Chimaev. Obviously, that was kind of like a freak injury, but I mean, Hamza was still mauling Robert Whittaker for like the first 2-3 minutes. DDP with just a little bit of grappling in the first round kind of made Whittaker a little bit tired in the second. Like, I feel like I saw Whittaker breathing a little bit more heavily. He was a little bit more labored, and I feel like Rainer de Ritter could possibly break Robert Whittaker, because that's a main problem with Robert Whittaker, is that his durability can be tested and it can be broken. Also could see Robert Whittaker just piecing up Rainer de Ritter, because I'll just say this, Robert Whittaker has miles, and I'm talking about miles better striking than Rainer de Ritter. And it's not like Rainer de Ritter doesn't gas himself. Rainer de Ritter can gas. I don't know, this is a tough fight to pick, but you know what? I'm gonna trust in my boy one more time. I'm gonna go with Robert Whittaker. All right. I'm gonna go with Robert Whittaker, either a TKO round 3 or decision. I don't know. I kind of want to change my pick. No. We're gonna stick with Robert Whittaker, round 3 TKO or decision. I'm gonna trust in my boy Robert Whittaker. All right, I'll be trusting him one more time. Anyways, those are my picks for UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus Ritter. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did. And then, yeah, hope you guys have a good day.